Hi everyone, my name is Juliet Powell and welcome to Hollywood Now. We are live on Paltalk.com and we've got so many people from all over the world that are here in one place for one reason. The reason is a man. Now some of you know him as a rapper, some of you know him as an actor, and some of you are starting to get the spectrum of how much talent this guy has. Now first and foremost, let me just say that there is a full-length CD that's going to be coming out in October, and not just one, but two great movies. I was lucky enough to see some of the trailers of these that are going to also be coming out in October. For those of you who have been following his career, you know exactly who I'm talking about. This is Ludacris Bridges.
What's going on?
Oh, you're the one who's going on. Great to have you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
So we've got a crazy amount of people that are in the chat room for Hollywood Now. We've also got people from Facebook, and I've been taking notes because they've been like Facebooking me with their questions.
What in the hell is going on right now?
Well, you know, I got pockets.
Yeah, so you got tricks up your sleeve.
I do. Well, in my hat,
all of that.
You know, you got to cover all the bases here. And there's one question in particular, I think, that is really relevant to a lot of people, especially if they're watching the news and they're like, what's going on with the stock market? What's going on with the economy? There are a number of people that are just freaking out right now. Things seem to be going really well for you. Really, really well for you. So if somebody doesn't have a whole lot of money, and this is a question that's coming in from Chris Greaves in Vancouver, they don't have a lot of money, they have a choice between buying a CD, going to see Rock and Rolla, or going to see the other movie. Where should they be spending their money right now if they really want to get the essence of the man?
You know, that's what planning and strategic planning in your lifestyle has to do with, because luckily not all these things come out on the same exact day. So you got to save the money, of course, and you would go see Rock and Rolla, of course, when that comes out October 8th in New York and LA, and then October 31st the rest of the country. October 17th, you save your money, make sure, you know, that's another week. You go see Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg and myself, and then the end of November, Theater of the Mind, you make sure you save your money up around Thanksgiving time, and you can buy the album also. So you can go use your money and buy all of that stuff. You know why? Because it's worth it. And emotionally, it's going to help you get through the rest of your life and motivate you to get more money to go buy the things that you need. You understand what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to.
I think you just set it straight there. Now, if only we could fix the economy, we'll be all set.
I mean, I'll be real with you. Music, people need music in their lives. Of course, you know, it helps you relieve stress, man. People listen to certain artists to go to a certain place mentally. So when I tell you Theater of the Mind is coming, you need it in your life. You know what I mean? It's a need. It's not a want. It is a need.
Well, I think Anna needs to talk to you. She's been standing by. She's in the Paltalk room. Anna from Florida. We are waiting to hear your question. Hello. Now, there's always a little bit of a delay, but you can see her smile there. She's gearing up.
Thanks a lot. I have a quick question to ask about. I know that Ludacris has been doing a lot of work in Africa, philanthropic work, and I just wanted to know how that has matured him as an artist and also as an actor. And I didn't know that he was in Max Payne. I actually love that video game, although I'm not much into them, so I'll definitely go check that out.
Well, to answer your question, thank you about the Max Payne, but yeah, my trip to Africa has definitely done a lot in changing my life. It's definitely humbled me, for one, because I see how a lot of people, you know, living in poverty, people think that they're living in poverty here in the United States. They have no idea when you go over to Africa and you see some of how the children are living and, you know, what they're deprived of. And with that being said, it just opened a whole new, it just opened my mind to so many different things, and I'm still doing, you know, foundation work and giving back to the community, not only at home but in Africa also. And I dedicated my whole Pimping All Over the World video to Africa, and from there we did the MTV launch in Africa. So I love Africa, and it's definitely a place that I will continue to go and visit and make sure I give back to.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing when you actually see artists that are starting to make their mark in their industry and then wanting to give back in other areas.
Exactly.
And you've been doing that across the board in a number of different places, including in politics. And I want to talk to you about that a little bit later on. But first, another question. This is a great question from Samantha Frost. And she says, what kind of life did you lead before you became famous? right, to make you the person that you are today to want to give back? And then what kind of advice would you give to your fans that are suffering right now thanks to the economic crisis?
Now, I would definitely have to say that, well, to answer the first question, what kind of life did I live before? A lot of people know that I used to work on the radio before I got, actually signed to a record company. So, I was making pretty good money being a radio personality and doing DJ, events at nighttime. So with that being said, I was still in the world of music, which I love. And I guess when we were working at the radio station, they required us to do a certain amount of community service each and every week. And it turned into something that, I had to do, to something that I loved doing. So once I became signed and I got more and more power and more popularity, I continued doing, giving back on a bigger scale. And then to answer the other question, what advice would I give? I would just say, life is all about competition and who wants it most. There are some people who have that hustler in their blood. So I just feel like everybody needs to stay strong through these times right now, because this is what defines your character when times are really hard and rough right now, and how you rise above and how you rise from these type of situations is going to basically set the tone and standard for who you are for the rest of your life. So stay strong out there, definitely.
That is a great message. Terry Williams was the person that taught me about staying strong. Great PR lady. Tell us a little bit more about your experiences making the movie Rock and Rolla. In particular, we've got Sean Lahane that contacted me on Facebook, who's like, I'm such a fan, and I also love Jeremy Piven. What was it like working with him for you?
Working with Jeremy Piven, most of our scenes are together in this movie Rock and Rolla, because we play managers of an actual rock and roll artist that the movie is named after. So to answer your question, what was it like working with Jeremy, man? He's real cool. We instantly gelled, like we're good friends till this day. And I just think, he started in theater before he started acting on television. And, those theater actors, they love to kind of improv and do as many takes and different things as possible. So I learned a lot from him. And, it's just real cool hanging with him. Like, we had to make sure our chemistry was right on camera. So, of course, we hung out a lot off camera. We went out to the clubs, we went to eat.